Fighter Share Report. We're here with the renowned Mr. Barry Hunter.
How you doing, brother?
Thank you, sir, for giving us the opportunity to interview you. You have trained and put in the ring some of the top contenders, not just of today, but leading up to today. I've always wanted to ask you this question. Who is your favorite person to train?
Wow, my favorite person to train got to be Lamont Peterson and his brother Anthony Peterson. But yeah, I don't really want to say because I've trained so many people.
Right.
All of them are near and dear to me. Those two I had since they were young pups. So it's a little different with them.
What makes them so special?
Their work ethics. These guys have been through hell, in their lifetime, and and they've been forged, in a lot of chaos. And I think it's because of the shit they went through when they were younger, propelled them up to, higher ranks in boxing.
Hear you sometimes in the corner between rounds. Have you ever had a fighter say that you were too rough on them between rounds?
No, we get rid of fighters like that. That ain't in our DNA, and if you notice, of course I'm fiery in that corner, and my fighters are fiery, and that is what they respond to. They don't understand, can you or will you? No, leaders lead, fighters fight.
Are you the same way during camp?
I'm 100% the same way, with Lamont, with his brother, with Adrian Bronner, with Austin Trout, with Hank Lundy, you name it, that's what it is.
Now you bring up Austin Trout, and he has a big fight coming up. What is he doing? I know I can't ask for trade secrets, but I've noticed a change the last time we got a chance to talk to him. He is a friend of our show. What is he doing now differently than he did leading up to his first title reign?
Well, I won't say it's totally different, but keep in mind, before I got there, he beat Mikio Cotto. Before I got there, he had a spirited battle against Saul Alvarez. So, it's not what's being done different. The only thing we did was come in and add on to what Austin had already had. And if you look at his last 4 fights, Austin has not been a guy over the years that traditionally stopped people on a regular. You look at his last 4 fights, all his last 4 fights been stoppages.
Okay. We have this debate on our show all the time about the state of boxing today. Can you give us your take on the state of boxing today versus, and I hate to compare eras, but the 60s, 70s, 80s, those type of fighters, and not just the fighters, but the commentators, the whole environment.
Like you said, that was a whole nother era. Those are the golden years in boxing, to me. When you think about Ray Leonard, when you think about Thomas the Hitman Hearn, when you think about Marvin Hagler, when you think about Alexis Arguello, when you think about Danny Little Red Lopez, Lupe Pinto, Salvador Sanchez, these were legendary fights on free TV, NBC, ABC, CBS. When you think about the teaching back then, it was teaching back then, not coaching. Anybody can get on or in a corner or go in the gym 30, 40 minutes and learn the lingo in boxing, and next thing you know is rah, rah, rah. But if you look at today's corner, for the most part, it's very little teaching and more hyping. Now, I'm not saying a hype job ain't good sometimes, but you got to be able to tell them how to get away from the right hand counter. You got to be able to tell them how to roll the left hook. You got to be able to teach that. And I think that's what we missing, in boxing today. We need more teachers, and the better the teacher, the better the athlete.
Now I'm recognizing a distinct accent in your voice. Where are you from?
That's Washington, D.C. all day, man.
Chocolate City?
You know it.
Half Smokes?
What you talking about? Ben's Chili Bowl, miles long. Oh, nah.
Now, the whole DMV area seems to be putting out some tremendous fighters. We got to see one tonight, and oh man, Fox, Altez Fox.
Alantez Fox is one of our own. Alantez Fox was actually one of Lamont's chief sparring partners getting ready for Amir Khan. And you know, he's a freaking size. This guy's like 6'5" or something like that there, fighting junior middleweight. He looks as if he could be a cruiserweight or a light heavyweight, and he has a little brother that's almost the same height he is, fighting between 135, 130, something like that. That's crazy. But, you know, when you go back to, and I mentioned Lamont, when you go back to that fight with Lamont and Amir Khan, before that, it was like a gap, 18, 19-year gap before we had big league boxing down in the city. Since then, you can't stop. The floodgates been opened up. You know, every time you turn around, there's a big league fight in Washington, D.C. That's my dude right there, Antonio Tarver. And Steve USS Cunningham is my partner here. But when you think about all the fights that have recently taken place in D.C., the last one, of course, we were a part of. My wife, Cologne Hunter, spearheaded the promotion on that, along with Mayweather promotion and About Billions promotion, which was Adrian Bronner and Thea Payne, which was a sold-out fight. So, DC is quickly becoming one of the meccas of boxing.
Now, touch on the About Billions camp, because we see you're working with them. Just a little nugget inside that whole movement.
Well, years ago, Mike Stafford and I, you know, along with Virgil Hunter, along with Andre Rozier from Havoc, Daniel Jacobs, coach, along with Nazim Richardson was another one. These are guys that we came through the dirt with in the amateurs. And they all had terrific young fighters. You know, we all used to battle with one another, battle against each other in the championship, in the nationals. And so back then we were talking about putting a legion together. Special, not only special teachers, but special athletes, and just taking the game over. Mike and I revisited that. You know, I've known Adrian, I've known Rau'shee since they were little boys, Brandon Bennett since they were babies almost. I believe Adrian may have been 7 or 8 years old when I first saw him. And he used to live in DC for a short time with Patrick Harris, which is the baddest man on the planet, which is my right hand. Stayed with him from age 17. You know, Mike sent him down, he started coming down age 17. Now check these numbers out, and numbers don't lie. People do, but the numbers don't. Together, when Mike and I work together, along with Boogie, we call him Boogie, his name is Patrick Harris, Adrian has a 100% win ratio, a 96 to 98% knockout ratio. The only time he lost, and when we all working together.
Wow. Wow. 2 more questions. And again, thank you for this time.
No problem.
Were you fortunate to get a chance to see Martin Lawrence when he fought in the Golden Gloves?
No, I didn't, but this is a true story, you know what I mean? And Mr. Julius Hinton, which is the father of Jamal Hinton, which was just a dynamite young fighter back in the day. They were in Palmer Park, Maryland Parks and Planning facility called Sugar Ray Leonard's Gym. Is named after the great legendary Ray Leonard, which lived right up the street from the place. No, Landover, Maryland. Landover, Maryland. Lived right. They named the street after Ray. And Martin was, according to Mr. Hinton, always a clown in the gym. And this particular time, Mr. Hinton was in the ring sparring with a young man, showing him what to do, what not to do. Martin, according to Mr. Hinton, was on the floor clowning, you know, being Martin, and knocked something over. And when Mr. Hinton turned to say something to him or look at, you know, what happened in the corner, boom, the kid throws a punch and put him on rubbery leg. And he never forgot that, man, you know what I mean? So, you know, according to Mr. Hinton, Martin was always that guy, man, to make you laugh.
My final question, who was your pick for Mayweather's 50th fight?
Lamont Peterson.
Wow, straight out the box.
With no hesitation, if not Lamont, Adrian Bronner. And let me change that. Adrian Bronner, Floyd Mayweather, Lamont Peterson, Danny Garcia in a rematch, all one night, one fight. Crazy numbers.
It would be.
Crazy numbers.
Fighter Share Report, we're here with the legend, Mr. Hunter. Thank you, sir.
No, pleasure was all mine.